Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Kindle Verdan. And today, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon by talking about something Disney related. So I just figured since I've always been talking about the Disney purchase characters in one way or another, I would just do this. So as you can judge from the title of this video, it's again for like the 100th time gonna be something related to the princess characters again. So I guess to be more exact, I guess you can say is that there's apparently a study that's been made, and I'm going to just use quotation marks around study because apparently somebody's asking if these princess characters are hurting your daughter's self-esteem. Which, of course, I see where this is going. It's complete and utterly garbage. This is, oh boy. And yeah, of course, there's nothing inherently wrong with liking, Cinderella, Belle, or any other of these characters. So apparently, there was a study, again, quote unquote, study from this university that found that engaging with the Disney princess culture could somehow harm your young daughters and whatnot. And apparently, these films are fulfilling a certain stereotype, which of course is completely wrong. I mean, yes, characters like Sleeping Beauty, Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. I mean, yes, these characters are from a specific era in film, but it doesn't come off genuine anyway when considering the fact that I don't see them talking about any other movies from that specific era, from the 1920s, 30s, or even 40s. They're specifically going after what Disney had done. Again, what Disney had done. Not anybody else. And of course, even if they want to bring other movies from other studios, it's still not going to come off genuine because, I mean, yes, I'm not saying that there aren't any movies that support the stereotype of female characters and female, as in women in real life anyway. I mean, yes, those sexist stereotypes in film that have been made into movies. I'm not saying that doesn't exist because it does. Even if they bring up all the movies that do fulfill the stereotype, but it still doesn't come off genuine because considering the fact that they're only going to bring up just to make up their own agenda. Just because something is a fact doesn't necessarily mean they have a point. It doesn't mean that Disney's doing just that. Again, they're from a specific time period. What's acceptable then may not be acceptable now. I'm not saying that just to cover up some sort of thing or whatever. I'm not saying that as if I'm lying about something. So don't be thinking that I'm maybe making up something myself. Maybe I have a hidden agenda, which of course is not the case. But anyway, this was done. This again study, quote unquote study, was done by these family life professor individual and had looked at how much a lot of preschoolers interact with the Disney princess through movies, toys, songs, clothing, or anything else for that matter. Just anything that has something to do with the Disney princess characters, whether it's through candy, coloring books, television, or anything else you could bring up, or even books, of course. But yeah, it's just ridiculous, folks. Of course, they're going to interact with this kind of thing. It's very popular. It's completely nonsensical anyway, considering the fact that yes, they're jumping to conclusions. I mean, this woman who does this study and whoever supports this, the study. Considering the fact when you're like what maybe 3, 4, 5, these kids, this specific group of kids, aren't going to be that self-aware. But the person who made the study is acting as if that their behavior will somehow be influenced with these princess characters. And while these princess movies might be specific in their demographic, which doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing when you think about it, but still, point being is that apparently there's been reports from parents and teachers, and there's also like a task in which the children may be asked to rank their favorite princess toys, and this seems like an entrapment to some extent because I mean, yes, for the most part, yes, those toys specifically for boys and those toys specifically for little girls. That happens to even this to very day. I mean, okay, why those maybe some kids who don't really care, they just play with anything. Yes, there's been boys who play with girl toys, and there's been little girls who play with boy toys. Some of them just don't care. It's either that or just will just gravitate with what they like. They either don't care or just prefer one type of toy over the other, which has happened. So it's already kind of flawed when you think about it. But I mean, yes, of course, there might be some toys there might be promote like some sort of gender neutral options, like puzzles or whatever. But and there's been plenty of little boys who have watched Disney princess movies. I mean, I for one enjoy watching the princess movies when it comes to Disney, and it didn't negatively affect me in any kind of way. Just look at my channel. It's filled with nothing but a good chunk of it is the Disney princess movies. Whenever I do my Disney movie marathon, there's a high chance I'm gonna bring up a princess movie, even if I've already reviewed the vast majority of these movies, and I will continue to do so with any future princess movies they have in mind. And I'm pretty sure they're not gonna just quit making these types of movies just because somebody said so. But anyway, moreover is that apparently there's been some sort of research that's been found about 96% of girls and 70, okay, maybe about, let's say, 87% of boys had viewed princess media. And, of course, about maybe 61% of girls played with Disney-related toys at least once a week. So, I mean, okay, who cares? I mean, really? Who really cares? I mean, apparently these people do, apparently, of course. But why? It doesn't make any sense. And, of course, I'm going to support the Disney princesses no matter which one it is. Hopefully the future movies will be good. And my point being is that I'm going to try my best here to not repeat myself very too often because I don't want to say the same thing over and over. That's kind of thing I've mentioned before in some of my other videos, so I'm doing my best to not repeat the same thing, over and over and over. But these princess characters have been accused of being a bad role model to little girls, as if to say that it's okay to be submissive to a man, which was never the case. Again, the study brought up the original Cinderella, the one from 1950 specifically. That one never said to submit to a man. If anything, Cinderella, again the original one, the Disney's version, I mean, there was no man. There was no man really. I mean, yes, there was Prince Charming, sure, who did show up briefly in the movie, sure. However, he was not in that movie all that much, like hardly at all. And even then, the movie was not trying to beat you over the head that, oh yeah, give in the urges to a man, be the man's slave, obey the man, let the man uh, be the man's property and allow him to walk over you. It never said such a thing, like at all. And just something ridiculous. You're trying to show that Cinderella can be strong herself in her own kind of way. I mean, yeah, she didn't have, any superpowers or anything. She didn't have anything like that of nature. She was just a human being who was going through some struggle because her wicked stepmother was up to no good. And she had to live through that. And, of course, she didn't kill nobody or anything like that. She didn't grab a gun and start shooting the place or anything. And she didn't do that. She didn't murder nobody. She didn't get a knife. And I'm pretty sure in that household there were sharp objects around. She didn't kill nobody. She didn't go berserk or anything. And she never said that she needed a man. I mean, the movie's not anti-male. I mean, don't get what I'm saying. Don't twist it around. I'm not saying it's anti-male or anything. I'm pretty sure that some of the things that maybe, I guess, but the original Cinderella never begged to be a man with a man, never asked anybody to help her to be with a man or anything. She was never desperate to be with a man or anything like that. Nothing of sort, like, at all. So having this kind of thing right here, folks, is just, ridiculous. I find it really stupid. And And if anything, for the vast majority of the movie, she was surrounded by women. 3 women, but with the wicked stepsisters too, who treated her like garbage, like she was lower than dirt on the floor that they walked on. So yeah, she was treated like dirt. Probably lower than dirt, but you get the idea here. But Cinderella remained kind anyway. She never snapped at anybody. She never punched anybody. She didn't do anything violent or anything. But yeah, that in itself could be relatable because she showed some restraint when you think about it. But okay, whatever. It just doesn't make any sense, folks. It really doesn't make any sense. This kind of thing, having this kind of study be done and whatnot. Okay, sure, it might not be like the social norm for a boy or a grown ass man to watch, these princess movies. But again, this is my channel. I can talk about whatever I want, and I can watch whatever I want. Because last time I checked, this was not communist North Korea. So, and that's the thing, folks. Pretty much anybody can watch these types of movies, and I'm pretty damn sure, ever since the original release of Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow and the Seven Dwarfs, or any of these original princess characters, I'm pretty sure ever since day one, those been little boys that watch these movies. You mean to tell me, yeah, the first original Snow White, Disney's version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs were released during the late 1930s, 1937. You mean to tell me that no boy saw that and an onward? You mean to tell me nobody saw any of these back then? So how is this any new? And the little girls, the little women, the little girls who watch this at that age, they turn out alright. I don't see them, making a whole fuss about it, really. So it's just weird. This is really bizarre if you ask me. You mean to tell me this kind of thing made it bad for them? They can have a good influence on both genders. Both of them, yes, it can. Yes, of course, it made a social impact in some ways, sure. But they don't claim that rather than being helpful, it can be really damaging to little girls. Because apparently they are being not very, like the body. When it comes to body self-esteem, because they have bad images in regards to the body, like small weights or whatever, having some sort of slim body. I mean, did these people actually watch these movies? I'm pretty sure some of them didn't, but those who did, they probably just taking this kind of thing out of context and making it their own context, but they're making it as if that that's what this movie is trying to say. And just because, I mean, I'm not to say that there aren't any boyfriends or husbands, or or maybe just the male friends who are pressuring them to lose weight, in real life. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, because I mean, yes, there's lots of boyfriends or husbands who are pressuring their female partners to lose weight. Like or just the male partner in general. You don't necessarily have to be the boyfriend or husband to have do something fun in the bed if you catch my drift. Just the male partner could be pressuring them to lose some amount of weight, to maybe to look a certain way. If that's the case, that's not the movie's fault. That's not the movie's fault for doing it. Unfortunately, yes, that happened. I'm not saying that guys don't do that. I mean, yes, women are just guilty. Of course, women are just as guilty because they talk to each other behind each other's back. They can be really catty, of course. Talk about this woman, that woman. Talk about the hair. Maybe just talk about their nails or something. Or maybe something that looks like a wig or something. Women can be just as guilty as the guys when it comes to the body shaming, the body weight, or whatever. Talk all kinds of trash towards each other. If anything, this just comes off they're projecting that kind of stuff onto these movies. It's not anti-female. It's not anti-feminist. It's not that kind of a thing. No, no. This comes off hilariously stupid if you ask me. Just ridiculous. That's why I can't take a lot of these stuff seriously, because it comes off like they didn't really put that much effort into this kind of a thing, because they're just assuming the worst of it. If negativity is all you can look, guess what? That's all you're gonna find. Oh boy. And of course, Barbie is thrown into this mess because Barbie has some sort of like perfectly shaped body and whatnot. And of course, they're gonna take race into this, of course, because apparently these characters they're all white, which is a lie. I mean, first of all, okay, so, and second of all, why get turned into a race thing? Turn acted as if that only white people, as in Caucasian, I mean, to be more specific, are gonna have the most perfect, evenly proportioned bodies ever. But newsflash, not these characters aren't white. Not all of them anyway. Just because they're light skinned does not mean they're white. Case in point, Belle is French, and then Snow White herself is German, and the character Anna, she's Norwegian. So these characters do have diversity in one, so it just comes off really, really stupid. It's just I don't know anymore. It's just really stupid, if you ask me, folks. But yeah, this study makes no sense. The study I'm referring to, in case anybody's wondering, I know somebody might be asking about it anyway, but this is what I'm referring to. Of course, it's gonna bring race into this. Of course. And yeah, trying to suggest that these movies are racist somehow. Of course, yeah, we're going this route again. So I just noticed that it always has to be a race thing. Not everything in the media is racist. Not every newsflash. Not everything. Oh boy. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't any racist actors or actresses or singers or rap artists or whatever. There's some racist celebrities. Yes, that's true. But that does not apply here at all. And I do think it's racist to assume that every Caucasian character is going to be racist just because they're Caucasian. It's ridiculous. You mean to tell me you can't find racism in another country like Mexico, Cuba, or North Korea or South Korea? You can't. What you mean to tell me you can't find racism anywhere else? That's just ridiculous right there. It's only them. It's only them. It's just really stupid. But yeah, folks, it's just wow. Just okay. But yeah, it's just wanted something I want to do it for this, of course. Just for a moment here, folks. Yeah, I know this can be a fairly lengthy video, but it's just something I just found really stupid. And I'm trying to say it's an obsession with beauty and to increase the girl's vulnerability to ensure some sort of issue like eating disorders, depression, or risky sexual behavior and whatnot. Like what the hell? Oh boy, this entire is a whole mess right here, folks. So there's gonna be some sort of sex involved, like they might catch some sort of diseases, some whatever. Okay, whatever, just whatever, man. As always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah.